Yo, hip hop heist, man. What up? We back at it with another reaction, man. Boosie crashes out on Kodak Black for this song before his court sentencing. Shout out to Chick Smooths with the article, man. This is Hip Hop Heist TV. We about to react. Let's get right to it, man.
It's less than 24 hours away from finding out if he's about to do 2 years in prison or if he's going to be on probation for the next 2 years. Now, if you guys don't know, tomorrow is Judgment Day for Boosie. This Friday, January 9th, Boosie has court in the morning for his gun possession case. And for his going away gift, he gets this by Kodak Black on his brand new song called Christmas Eve.
Boosie, looking down on it, I used to look up the Boosie. He hate I got more red, that old head stupid. You don't even move like an OG. Couldn't sign me, so you got Cody, you know me. I switch.
Now, this beef between Boosie and Kodak Black all started a couple years ago when Kodak Black did a record with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine was fresh out of jail after snitching on his guys. Nobody in the rap game wanted to rock with him, so he started paying people for features. Now, being a street rapper, nobody thought Kodak Black would actually take the money and do a record with him. Boosie was looking at Kodak Black to turn the money down and stand on business against 6ix9ine. And ever since then, it's been up between Boosie and Kodak. Just a couple weeks ago, Boosie laughed at Kodak Black for linking up with Gunna in Miami.
I don't know why Boosie like that commented under the picture with me and Gunna when I put up on Gunna. Yeah, Booty Trap is my club, right? And Miami know that, bro. That's I ain't even gonna say. But yeah, bro, he called me up on that like, man, fuck you, bro. Stop playing Boosie, bro. Cause you this fuck, bro. You put, bro.
Well, tonight, right before he learns his fate, Boosie wanted to get off one last tweet on Kodak Black for dissing him. He said, "You wait until the day before I go to court to drop a weak-ass diss song? You a hashtag CCCH. Cloud chasing crackhead. You know what I..."
Hey, that's a new one. CCCH, cloud chasing crackhead. He said, "You know what I got going on, and you do this the day before court. You a real clown. It's still not. Go get the people to F with your music. When the last time you heard somebody said, put that new Kodak, you done, bro. Your career is over. Your music trash, and your looks are even worse. Only time you relevant when you mention me or YB, young boy. You still mad you did that song and I blowed you down. Pause."
It's the day before court. You a real clown. It's still not gonna get people to fuck with your music. When's the last time you heard somebody say, "Yo, put on that new Kodak"? You done, bruh. Your career is over. Your music trash and your looks are even worse. Only time you relevant when you mention me or YB. You still mad you did that song and I blowed you down. Hey, yo, pause. You can't take that back. You a lame now and your music shit. Anyway, I got court tomorrow, but I'm sure you know that. I know you're gonna be holding the phone like Pookie off New Jack City, waiting on some bad news. You're gonna be up all night smoking that shit, wishing bad on me, shaking my head. God got me. One thing will happen though. I won't be checking PC like you did. Good night, you CCCH. Now, first off, you cannot tell somebody when to drop their diss record on you. That's the whole point of a diss record. They're not gonna drop it at the most convenient time for you. No. Whether or not Kodak Black knew that you were going to be sentenced tomorrow, that has nothing to do with the diss record. And secondly, maybe it's just me, you guys, but if I'm about to get sentenced, the last thing I'm going to be doing is publicly tweeting. You never know who's on your page lurking. The judge that's going to be sentencing you tomorrow might be on your page looking at you respond back to Kodak. And last but not least, you guys, if I'm about to get sentenced possibly to 2 years in prison, the last thing I'm going to do is spend time responding back to a diss record. Right now, Boosie should not be worried about Kodak Black doing anything. You gotta spend these last couple of hours with your family because you never know if you're going to see them for the next 24 months. Nobody was really talking about the Kodak Black record, but thanks to you with this tweet, people are now going to listen to it and it's going to go viral. Now, I don't want to make it seem like I'm harping on Boosie, but at this point in the game, especially when street rappers are claiming the streets are dead, it's time to pack it up and go home and be a family man. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of Boosie responding back to Kodak Black just hours before he gets sentenced in court? Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys.
All right, so we got a update. It says rapper Boosie Badazz avoids prison time in San Diego gun possession case. Looks like Boosie was sentenced Friday to credit for time served in the case stemming from his 2023 arrest in San Diego for being a felon in possession of a firearm. The 43-year-old, whose real name is Torrance Ivy Hatch Jr., was arrested in Chola's View neighborhood after Chola's View neighborhood is crazy. That sounds like something out here on the West Coast. Oh, it is San Diego. I'm tripping. Chola's View neighborhood after police found 2 guns inside a vehicle in which he was riding. Hatch was in San Diego at the time to shoot a music video and perform a Gaslamp Quarter nightclub. Says in a social media clip recorded during the music video shoot, Hatch was spotted with a gun in his waistband. Police then used a helicopter to track down his vehicle, after which officers conducted a traffic stop and discovered the firearms. He pleaded guilty to a federal gun possession count last year. As part of his sentence, Hatch will also serve 300 hours of community service. So he got off as a felon, and then you have you keep getting arrested for gun charges. Like, they'll give you strikes for that in California, you know what I mean? So he kind of he's beating this case as long as he stays out of trouble. Like, they're gonna put him on that probation, 300 community hours service. So that'll probably be free concerts. They do that with a lot of artists, a lot of rappers. Young Thug, we just know from his trial. They put him on a bunch of free concerts he's got to do. He's done a couple of them already. But yeah, they're going to make you really stretch that pocket when it comes to these free shows for sure. Defense attorney Megan Blanco said in a statement released after Friday's hearing, the resolution brings a sense of relief, allowing him to finally put this chapter behind him. He can now focus on continuing his music career, dedicating time to his family, and being a positive and inspiring presence for his children and in the wider community. The federal prosecutor sought a 2-year prison sentence, arguing in court papers that custody was warranted due to Hatch's insistence on carrying a weapon despite his status as a convicted felon, and allegations that he threatened his security detail shortly after his arrest. Blanco, in her sentencing memorandum, denied that any such threats occurred, noting that the alleged threats are not included in any police reports stemming from the arrest, and that no recorded evidence of the threats exists. Oh, so he got lucky on that. Says the defense attorney wrote that the gun was never fired, brandished, or used to threaten anyone. She also said there have been no allegations that the weapons were intended for any other offense, and that Hatch's last criminal case occurred around 10 years ago, 10 years before the San Diego incident occurred. The case represents an isolated lapse in judgment, not a pattern of ongoing criminal conduct. Hatch was initially charged by the San Diego County District Attorney's Office. His defense attorneys have stated that Hatch intended to plead guilty at the time and was expected to be sentenced to probation, but the state's case was dismissed before the plea deal could be reached, and federal prosecutors took up the case. U.S. District Judge Kathy Benchavengo, who sentenced Hatch on Friday, previously dismissed the case against him following a Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruling that said it was unconstitutional to prohibit convicted felons who served sentences for non-violent drug offenses from possessing firearms. Oh, okay. Ruling that it said it was unconstitutional to prohibit convicted felons who served sentences for non-violent drug offenses from prohibiting firearms. So if you didn't, if you had a non-violent drug offense, you can still possess a firearm where they're at. It says, but a larger of the Ninth Circuit also overturned its earlier ruling, and San Diego federal prosecutors refiled the charges against Hatch. Hatch was previously convicted in Louisiana of marijuana possession. He was also indicted in alleged murder for hire plot, but it was acquitted by Baton Rouge jury in 2012. Crazy, man. So yeah, the breaking news is Boosie is avoiding prison time in San Diego gun possession charge. We'll put that on the title. But yeah, man. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. This Hip Hop Heist TV. We just reading articles, reacting to videos, bringing you the news, not the olds. But yeah, with that being said, we're gonna get out of here, man. Be happy, be healthy, do what you gotta do to survive, like Pac said, but also, man, be of service. Help somebody out today. With that being said, man, we out. Peace.